How appropriately, it is the heart. All right, there we go. The final showdown with a high threat enemy or enemies. It is not actually an Otherworld or threat, it is an actual high threat card, which is a slasher and 2 lows. The 2 lows are a slasher, a night terror, and a peril die of void spiders. So let me get all those. 4. Okay, so slowest is the night terrors at initiative 4. They're all going before me, unfortunately. And then the slashers. Okay. And then the void spiders. Several big baddies, not overwhelming numbers, and we also need to reveal our 2 growing dread cards. First one is all heroes immediately take 1 corruption hit for each darkstone they are carrying, including darkstone items. Now luckily I do have the tomb chest, which hides all the darkstone he's carrying. So he actually only takes 1 for his pistol. Which he actually does. So he takes 1 corruption. And then every hero must make a single willpower save. For each failed save, move the darkness 2 steps forward. It could be worse. And he fails it. So that will move it for 2, and that will add a darkness card. And darkness is a cave-in. Each hero has to pass an agility 6+ test or take d6 hits. Again, could be worse. For agility, excuse my reach. Wow. Yeah, he really dodged that. Unfortunately, that was not his shooting, but so it is now the start of the turn. Holding back the darkness. Really? Really? I spoke too soon. Ambush attack. There's a threat that immediately ambushes him, which is 1 more night terror. Oh, actually, it's a threat. My bad. This is going to be an Otherworld threat. Pretty much the same thing. It's a snow terror. It's actually probably going to be a little bit easier. You know, that is a good question, though. Does that make them all snow terrors or all night terrors? Or some combination of the 2? What is the difference? Well, you know what? I'm going to actually treat it as different for now. You know, the guy with the raised arm is the snow terror. Because, yeah, I mean, it's not just a threat card. It was a specific, for the scenario, a high threat card. Obviously, for example, in a large group, you'd be getting an epic in the Otherworld. So the question is, if you draw something that's already been out there, maybe I need, you know, the indication I need to paint my red miniatures, my red models, put them together and paint them so I can have my snow terrors painted differently. But, c'est la vie. Alright, still, everybody gets to go before me, although he is initiative 6. The snow terror is initiative 6, so he's going to go at the same time as the slashers. However, the void spiders get to go, actually. Let me move this around to make this a little bit easier. Hopefully, well... They're all coming to me, so... Alright. Well, the Void Spiders will go first. So with their initiative 7, they beat everybody. There you go. All right. Don't want to block the spiders, but I need a place for the box here. You know what? Everything's going to be coming over there anyway. We'll put the box over there. So 4 Void Spiders. Void Spiders have 2 combat dice each, so that's going to be 8 dice. Hitting on 4s. And of course, I will be venomed, and I had forgotten to buy his anti-venom. But that's 3 hits. So defense, Joseph saves 1. He's got 2 grit. Guys, sorry, phone call. Had to cut away. So where were we? Saved 1. There's 2 left. I do have 2 grit. If I take wounds, I'm going to be -1 to my hit during the next activation. And they are 4 dice each. So that's potentially, that's 8 5+s I'd need to make. The downside is, obviously, things like the slashers are going to, and the night terrors are all going to do a whole bunch of damage to me as well. I think I will use 1 grit though. Good, good. All right, so that's only 4 dice that I take, 4 wounds, so 4 armor saves. I save 1. Do I use my second grit? No. As sucky as it is to get the -1 to hit, I've got plenty more of other things to that are going to smack me. So, all right, let's go ahead and do the Snow Terror. So the Snow Terror is going to be combat 4, hitting on 5s. Oh, really? 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 This might be the end of Joseph. Well, no, I say that, but I do still have 2 revives, and I can I can flee, I guess. All right, 4 hits, so 4 defense rolls. That is a good question. Do they count as brutal? Because I'm on the brutal side. Do these Snow Terrors, is it brutal? You know what, since it's just me, I would normally say yes. I would probably go ahead and hybrid them to be brutal Snow Terrors. But since it's just me, I'm actually just going to say it's not. So they don't have claws, which give them, combat hits count actually as 2 hits each and so on. So 4 defense rolls. I save 1. And each one's going to be doing 4 damage. Again. I'll go ahead and use my grit to reroll these. Save 1 more. Okay, so that's going to be 8 hits. So that will be 8 defense, or 8 armor saves that Joseph has to make. He has 4 wounds currently. Unfortunately, he only saves 2. So that's going to be 6 wounds. Now it is the Slasher's turn. So, Slashers will actually go... Alright, so this will be kind of interesting. So, Slasher goes... They got a move of 5. 1, 2, 3, 4... 5. Remember, they try to get as far as they can, and large creatures can displace, so he's going to go there. And he's going to do something similar. He's going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Like that. Poor Joseph. Okay, and the slashers now get to go. You have 3 dice each, hitting on 3s. Well, I guess that was to make up for the Snow Terror. It's only got 1 hit. So roll for defense. Does not block it. So it's going to be a d6 wounds, but it is a full 6 wounds. So armor saves. Whoa. Still just 1 wound. Joseph may survive this first round without using a revive. Although, you know, of course, now that I said that, this last Night Terror who gets to go will have the same. He'll probably roll really well. So he's going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And there we go. Poor Joseph. In fact, hold on a moment. Let me change things around. There you go. Boom. I think this is a little more dramatic here. Look at that. Joseph, the man himself, surrounded by beasts foul. He's not in a good place. Not in a good place at all. So many large creatures with so many big limbs in the way here. All right, let me shift this over just a little so you can see the box. Gosh, it's Joseph's turn. Well, so Joseph is going to have to make 2, 4, 6, 8 terror/fear tests. Oh, you know, I need to take that back. The Brutal Night Terror, each hit counts as 2 hits. So when the last Night Terror went, he only hit me once, but that counts as 2 hits, so I actually have to save 2. Okay, so he actually hits me again for 3. So I get 3 armor saves. Make 2, so it's one more wound. Okay. Alright, and then his horror hits will do 3 sanity damage. So I need to roll him separately. I've got 2, 4, 6 from the 2 slashers and the Snow Terror. Takes 2 sanity. And then 2 from the Brutal Night Terror. Okay. So that saves 1, so that's actually 3 sanity from him. Alright, now it is Joseph's turn, going at the end of the order. So he rolls for his movement. A 1 or a 2, luckily. So let's take the 2, even though we can't go anywhere, but that will get him a grit and not a wound. And then Joseph will get to shoot. Well, he needed that grit. This is where I need the big, like, 12 or 15 hits. So he was only hitting on 5s because he has the poison. And that will not do it. So he's going to use his grit to re-roll these. Unfortunately, 4s don't count. But that is 2 extra dice. Okay, so 3, 6, 7 hits. Now the question is, do I take out the spiders, which are, well, I can take out a spider, which is going to be pretty easy, or start hitting some of these other guys. You know what? I think I will take the spider. Only 1 can get at me anyway per turn, and that will heal me for 1 if I do. He has 5 health. I am plus 3 damage. Or sorry, plus 2 damage. So 3 wounds. I will spend a second die to kill him and heal a wound. But don't know if that was worth it. And, you know, the slashers are going to be The easiest to kill, I think, because they only have 10 wounds each. The Snow Terror has a defense of 4, but only 12 wounds. Yeah, let's go for the slashers. So they're 4 defense, and I'm a 3, so it's going to be -1 on each die. So I'm going to roll 2 dice on that slasher. -1 on each die, wonderful. So that's going to be 2 wounds. That's not even enough. I'm going to have to do 2 more dice to try to kill him, because the best I can do is a 5. You know, a 6 minus 1 is 5, which makes 7, which is not the 10 I needed. There we go. So 4 is 8. 9, 10. That's just enough to kill him. So that was 3 hits to kill him. That lets me heal up 1 more wound. And I have 1 hit left. We'll put that on the... I don't want the spiders to be able to get by, so I'm going to put it on the Snow Terror. In the box would be good. 6. He has a 4 defense, unlike the normal brutal Night Terrors. So 4 defense, so he's -1 on the dice, so it's going to be 5 wounds. So 5 wounds on Mr. Snow Terror. Alright. It is the top of the turn. Let's roll the whole back to darkness. A 7 is not quite good enough. That moves it, and we get a Growing Dread card. All the heroes are -1 initiative in the first turn of the next fight. Well, that's actually good, because there is going to be no extra, you know, hopefully no other fights after this. So, spiders go. Well, they can't do much. They will just kind of pile in here. So 1 spider. Hitting on 4. 2 hits. So defense. Saves them both. Excellent. So I don't have the -1. Next is the slasher. Slasher. 3 dice. Hitting on 3s. 2 hits. Just defense. Say no, doesn't save either one. So they do a d6 damage each. 10. No, actually, I'm gonna do 2 things before I roll these 10 armor saves. Although it won't. Actually, I can do it afterwards. No, I will do at least 1 thing. I'm gonna use my Worn Eye Patch to get my max grit. So I have 3 grit now. That'll let me roll my armor saves. And then I can use the healing because I've got armor, so it gives me the damage isn't immediately being applied. But this isn't going to be enough to kill me. So I'll just do it after. So armor saves 1, and indeed I will spend a grit to re-roll all of these. Try to get a few more. I get 2. So 7 wounds. So that's 17 of 26. So I've got 9 wounds left. So that was the slasher. So let's go with the brutal Night Terror. 4 dice, hitting on 5s. Hits with 2 of them. So that's actually 4 hits. So defense. Saves 1. I will spend a grit, oops, sorry, to re-roll these. Nice. So 1 hit worth 4 damage. And armor saves. Saves none. So that's going to be 4 more wounds. He's at 21. And then the Snow Terror. Snow Terror has 4 dice, hitting on 5s. 2 hits. Defense saves 1. That's 4 dice for armor. Saves none. You know what? I'll take it. I'll just take it. So I'm at 25 of 26. I think I'm just gonna have to use a revive. I'll save that grit for trying to shoot stuff, I think. Oh, I do have herbs. I forgot, I do have the herbs and bandages and whatnot, which I completely meant to use. Just so I wasn't that close to go in, and it'll be cheaper. Well, but I do have the revives. So you know what? Otherwise I would have to spend the money to repurchase stuff. So you know what? The revives are actually kind of sort of cheap healing. I can go ahead and use a revive. And don't be stingy on the revives. All right. So Joseph. So Joseph again takes horror hits. So he's going to get 4 from the 2 from the slasher and 2 from the snow terror, and he saves them all. All right, and then 2 from the brutal night terror, which he saves both. Yeah, he's fearless, fearless, I tell you. All right, so Joseph will move. Double 4s. You know, he could potentially try to escape back that way, but nah. I mean, he can't outrun anybody, so he'll just stick it in. Stick with it. So 7 dice, hitting on 4s this time, and it's a good thing that he kept that last grit, because that was a whole lot of nothing. Nothing. Jeez. 7 dice, not a single one over 4. Maybe his luck has run out. Alright, grit for reroll though. A lousy 2. That was only marginally better. Alright, well, he can reroll rerolls for range attacks, so he's got his skill and his bandolier, which gets him 1 more. Good lord. 3 lousy hits. Basically 17 dice, because 7 dice rolled twice, and then the other, you got 3 hits, 3 4 or betters. That's just horrible. All right, well, we'll put them on the snow terror. See if we can finish the snow terror off. So they are defensive 4, so -1 on the die is 3. Okay, and he has 12 wounds, so he's at 8. Okay, that's going to be 4 more, which 9, 10, 11, 12. Okay, so that's actually just enough to kill the snow terror. The snow terror is gone. With 1 die left, which he will shoot at a spider and wound it for 3. That does heal Joseph for 1 though. Not that it's going to help a lot, but we will see. Alright. Hold back the darkness. That is not good. It's a failure. Darkness track goes up 1 more. Alright, 1 void spider. 2 dice, hit on 4s. Well, 1 hit. Defense does not save. It's 4 damage. Armor saves 1. So 3 wounds. He's at 10, 20. Yep, he could only take 1 wound. So that actually knocks him out. Or I should say, uses a revive token. 1 revive token down. But he's back up with 1 grit. Fortunately, that was from a spider. Still 2 big bad guys left to go. So we now have the brutal slasher, initiative 6, who gets 3 dice, hitting on 3s. 2 hits. So defense doesn't save either one. So wounds, only 3. Just 3 wounds. All right. So armor save. Saves 1, so he takes 2 wounds. And last but not least, the Brutal Night Terror with 4 dice. Hitting on 5, so 2 hits. Actually, it counts because each one counts as 2 hits, so that's now 4 hits. Saves 1. I do have 1 grit, which I think I'm going to save. So 4 damage each. So 4 times 3 is 12. There's 12 wounds and armor saves. Wow, a whole lot of armor saves though. Four wounds. Out of all those. Luck, she is fickle. She comes and she goes. Joseph gets to move. 3 and a 2. I will take the 2 to get myself a grit. And Joseph will shoot. Let's kill some of these varmints. He is -1 because he was hit. I guess it would reset with the revive. I mean, everything resets. So I guess the poison would be gone. Because it's basically, you know, a reset for the character. So let's get my 3 rerolls. Okay, so I've got 2 6s, so I get 2 extra dice here. So 3, 6, 7, 8. Alright, let's go after the other slasher. So 2 dice, remember -1 from each die. Oops. So that's 2 wounds to the slasher. 2 more. Alright, so that's a 4 and a 3 is 7, 8, 9. I'm 1 short. Got 3 dice left, so 1 die on the slasher is 2, and that's enough to kill him. Heals a wound. We'll put 1 on a spider, which will kill it. Actually, yeah, I guess it's too late. I actually should have just hit the terror so the other spiders can't hit me, but ah well. And then I got 1 shot left, which has to go on the Brutal Night Terror. For 2 + 1 is 3, and that will not get through his armor. Alright, so we hold back the darkness. A 3 will not. That gets me a darkness card, which is Undead. Our +1 initiative, +2 movement. That's not a huge deal right now, knock on wood. Spiders. Okay, so the spiders, I'll leap around over here. There are 2 of them, hitting on 4s, so 2 hits. Joseph needs to make 2 saves. He doesn't save either one. That's going to be 8 defense rolls. Actually, I'll use a grit. No, you know what? I got another revive. I need to remember not to be too worried about that. I'm not very hurt. Armor saves. Armor again is coming in super useful. He's good at leading with his head, apparently. So 3 wounds. That puts him to 7 wounds now, and he's -1 to hit from the venom. You can see why going to the doctor and getting the venom, especially when you hit brutal, is very useful. All the spiders have void venom now. So it is now the Night Terror's turn. You know, I'm wondering if I missed last turn making my fear and horror test. Let me take a look. Let me finish this and then take a look at the video. But so for combat, hitting on 5s, 1 hit, which actually counts as 2 hits. Joseph does not save either one, so that's going to be 8 dice for armor. And his armor comes through again. Wow, look at that. 6. 6 out of the 8 were 5s and 6s. So he takes 2 wounds. That's pretty amazing. It's pretty amazing. His helmet. Okay, it is now Joseph's turn. And let me do a quick check here. Hold on. Okay, yes, actually I did forget. Last round, last turn, there was 1 slasher and the brutal night terror, and Joseph did not make his saves, so his horror hits. So first for the slasher, he saves 1 of them, so that would be 1 sanity. And then for the brutal night terror, he saves 1, so that is going to be 3, so a total of 4 sanity that he takes. There. And now it is Joseph's turn again, so now there are no slashers, but there is 1 brutal night terror, so he has to make his terror for there. And that is 3 more sanity. And then Joseph gets to roll the move. 5 and a 4, neither of which will help. So Joseph will get to shoot. Hitting on 5s. Ooh, finally getting some rolls. I will not use a grit. Actually, I will use a grit. I've got 2 grit left. Use a grit to reroll these. Okay, so then he gets his skill to reroll, and then the bandolier lets him hit. Now I get the big hits. All right, so I have 3 6s, so that gets him 3 more dice. So that's 3, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 hits. So let's do a spider first. 2 plus 1 is, or plus 2 is 4. It's 1 shy of killing. Basically I need a 3 or better. So let's do the unwounded one and kill it. And let Joseph heal a wound. Alright, let's go for, you know what, I'm going to put all but 1, because I need 1 to kill the last void spider. I'm going to put all the rest on the brutal night terror, which is 3, 6, 7 dice. They are all essentially -1, because I'm plus 2 and they are 3 defense. So -1 on each die. He's got 20 health. Let's see what we can do here. 5, 10, 14, 15, 16. You know what? I'm actually going to use a grit. We're going to save these. Use a grit to re-roll those 4. I mean, wait, how did I get 3? I don't think I had 3 grit or 2 grit. Did I roll? I'm getting confused. I keep having these interruptions. So I'm going to play it safe. I'm going to say I didn't have a grit, that I used up my last grit. I'll say I don't have any grit left. Just to play it safe. I don't want to go back and look. I already just did. So we'll just say I spent my last grit. So 5, 10, 16. 16 is still not bad. And I have 1 die left, which I will use to kill Mr. Spider. Heal me for 1 more wound. Alright, so let's hold back the darkness. 6, 7, 8. That is enough. And this could be the final round. Alright, Mr. Brutal Night Terror gets to attack with his 4 dice, hitting on 5s. So 2 hits. That's actually 4 hits. Joseph gets his defense. He saves 2 of them. That's going to be 8 wounds. And the armor comes through again. Taking half. So 4 more wounds. Puts Joseph up to 11. And it's Joseph's turn. He takes his horror hits. Saves both of them. Alright, let's... Yippee-ki-yay. Okay. He's not poisoned this round, but it's still only 3 hits. Joseph will, he gets his 3 rerolls though. One more hit. And the 6 gets him an extra die, so that's 5 hits. As long as I don't roll 1s. Right, because 3, 2, 1. And he's at 16, so he's got 4 wounds left. So we'll go 1, 3. There we go. So 3 hits. Kills us. Bluey and Joseph is victorious. Does a little happy dance. Loot. Loot. He searches the bodies for loot. How many cards was that? That was 1 for the Otherworld, the high, and 2 lows. So that's going to be 4 loot cards. 1, 100 gold. 2, D3 Darkstone. Excellent, good. We need more Darkstone. 1 piece of Darkstone. Another piece of Darkstone. And an artifact. It's a plasma arc pistol. Okay, each hit counts as 2 hits on the target and 1 hit on each adjacent. No criticals. Not a big deal. It is range 8. It's not an outlaw pistol, but it does count as hits on each adjacent enemy when they're all piled up there. But still, it's only 1 shot. I think it's just something else to sell. I'm good with his outlaw pistols. Getting a bunch of hits and damage. Well, there we go, everyone. That is it for this episode of the Outlaw Joseph Scotts. Joseph is victorious once more. It looked dangerous. Got him down really low, but thanks to a great healing herb roll and just some amazing armor rolls, that he lasted and bested his enemies without really too much trouble, considering he has a lot of healing stuff left and a revive left still. But you can tell that the brutal enemies are more brutal. They have many more, extra abilities. They're pretty dangerous. Usually some more health, sometimes more defense, depending. So it is dangerous. So, well, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed it, and we will see you next week.